Hi, welcome to Darvi Group. Today I just want to discuss one of the most important topic for all new age farmers. This platform Darvi Group wants to enlighten the new age farmers regarding farming. There is the myth, there is the hype, I would say, because most of the people come to the farming basis on the YouTube, basis on the some research, basis on some books called I don't want to name basically, but just make sure there is a myth in agriculture. Being a forestry graduate, being a farmer's son, I just want to address those things. And today's topic will be how to start a farm. Okay, how to start your dream farm. You can quote it as a dream farm. Okay, let's begin the video. Before we begin the video, I would like to request you people to subscribe my channel and share the video as much as possible because we are trying hard, we are trying our best to encourage new age farmers with the correct data. Okay, I'll quote it once again with the correct data. All the research data, we do have all the research data and we are trying to publish on that basis in all the videos, not just in this video. This video depends on the my own experience. I just tried to figure out how the new age farmers or farmers are failing in India with respect to particular farms. That this is the reason why I'm making this video, and this is the time because it's a summer and many people are looking to develop the farms in the rainy season. Yeah, hardly about 2.5 to 3 months left over. So I just want to make sure you people go through the checklist you need to calculate before you dive into the farming. Let's begin the video. Here, how to start a farm. When we think about a farm, what is the idea? What is farming? May you know the definition, or if you don't know the definition, let's not dig into the definition, but I'll just simplify it. This is the process of improving the soil or working in the soil. Okay, we talk about a soil here. We don't talk about anything else. We don't talk about a seed. We don't talk about flower. We don't talk about fruit. Nothing. We talk about a soil, a process of improving the soil or working on the soil, because soil is the ultimate. Okay, and there is the campaign going on by Sadhguru also, save soil. So same thing, soil is the ultimate form of the life. Okay, so when we talk about a soil, when we talk about a farm, we do have some concerns. Before we dive into those concerns, let's understand what types of farm we do or we deal in as a Darvi group. Okay, for any doubts, we have given the number in the description as well as in the video we might be displaying now, and you can just call the number and you can book an appointment. Types of farm. When we talk about types of farm, there are 4 major types of farms which are highly popular in the current scenario. First type of farm is horticulture farm. Horticulture farm consists of all the fruit varieties. Basically, all the fruit varieties consist in the horticulture farm, and the second type of the farm comes with the agroforestry farm, where horticulture trees, all the fruit varieties are combined with the forestry crops such as mahogany, rosewood, or a sandalwood, or any timber species has a same in the same patch of land. We called as a agroforestry farms. Then comes the forestry farms or forestry crops. Forestry crops are basically a timber species. Anything a teak, rosewood, sal, mahogany, the sandalwood, anything, any timber is known as a forestry crop, which is completely in a monoculture. Just plant it and leave it. That is a forestry crops or a forestry farms. The final ultimate form of all the farms combined all the things are known as the integrated farms. Integrated farms are those farms which consist of horticulture, timber and livestock all together in the same patch of land is known as the integrated farm. That is the most hardest kind of farm to maintain for any new age farmers, to be honest. Olden days, this was the basic practice. The people used to cultivate vegetables, fruits and as well as livestock in their house, so it was integrated in the olden age. Some 25-30 years ago, as we entered in the green revolution, we started pesticide, we started highly fertilizers, then everything has changed now. So we'll forget about that. Just understand the four types of farms. Now comes the challenges. The main part when we try to start a farm, there is a challenges. What is the challenge? Climate change is the biggest challenge. You can see it, you can experience it. The rainfall pattern has changed. The rainfall has changed. We get huge rains some years. We don't get any rain some years. Okay, some rain starts in the May month. Sometimes we are starting in the April month. Sometimes we are getting the rainfall from the September in Karnataka, I'm talking basically. So the rainfall pattern already has changed. So concluding or comparing them with the olden days, thinking that this is the June period is the rainy season, we have to plant, that will be a foolishness. So irregular climate change is the biggest challenge for any farmer. Second point will be a challenge for any farmer will be water management. You all know water is the biggest source of farming activity and biggest asset in the farming. So if you don't have the idea about the water, because sometimes you develop a beautiful farm which has thousands of trees, but unfortunately you don't have water to manage, that you have realized after 5 years from now. At the time of planting you had a water, after 5 years after the planting you don't have the water, because all the trees are looking for more water, they need more water, so you are unable to fulfill. So this is where we come into the picture, where we develop such a farms, we calculate water requirement for 20 years I'm talking about, and we work on the soil improvement, we work on the water recharge, borewell recharge, then we give the best solution, so that in future, in near future, you don't have any problems or challenges. So water management will be the second challenge in agriculture. Third challenge we have to address, every farmer should address in current scenarios, labor. Labor is the biggest challenge. Again, see, in the beginning we have all the josh, we come with the aggression, hey, we'll do it, farming, a beautiful thing, weekend farming, that, this. But reality is different. Okay, you are a IT guy, or you are a business person, you are a doctor, I don't know, whoever is watching this, make sure without labor we can't run the show. So ensuring about the labors, having a good connections in the nearby village in terms of labor will help you out to reach what your goals are. This is the reality, you have to accept it. So labor management is the most important thing, and over the time, within 5 years down to the line from now, we might face more challenges in terms of labor from current scenario. So be prepared, focus on automated farming, automated agriculture, then the farming might be easy for you. The fifth challenge will be resource management. What is resource? Everything near your farm is a resource. Maybe a soil, maybe a stone poles, maybe some tree species like neem or something. These all are resources will help you one or other way to develop a fence, to develop a pesticide, to develop anything you require in the basic things in terms of poles like bamboo trees nearby. Do not try to buy everything. Try to find the local things when you start a farm, because cutting down in the cost will help you out to make a more profit. We are not asking you to invest a lot of things to make a lot of money. In agriculture, cutting cost is the biggest thing you can do for yourself. Okay, so cost cutting should be in such a way that try to get a local resources. See, if there is a water resource, make it connect to your bore water recharge thing, or if the soil is the land is 5% or 6% slopier, then use it to make a water harvesting pit, and from there lift the water and supply to your bore, recharge your bore for long run. Don't just think today I have water, I'm rich. It is not a case. Today you have water, my friend, maybe tomorrow, maybe day after tomorrow, maybe after 10 years, if you don't have water, your farm which was beautiful 10 years ago will suffer like hell. So I request you, focusing long term goals should be there, and resource management, what you have now, you have to have for a long run, you have to sustain it, you have to maintain it, you have to multiply it. Okay, that is how the resource management will take place. So resource management is the one of the biggest topic, I believe. So third, when we compare to challenge, these are the challenges. Now we come to the mistakes. What mistakes we do? Everyone does mistake, me, you, everybody. But knowing the mistake and repeating the mistake is the foolishness. Okay, with a one mistake or second mistake, you need to correct it. Okay, you can't find a solution repeating same mistake, right? So same thing happens. We are with the mistakes, I want to explain. The mistake will be a first mistake any farmer or any person is entering into farming does is less experience. What do you mean by less experience? You may say, no, I'm the farmer's son, dude, I have experience. Yes, I believe, I respect you are a farmer's son, but the crop you are choosing is not your crop. You are fed up with the regular conventional crop and you are choosing this crop. maybe a horticulture, maybe a timber, maybe anything. Okay, you are like, अरे बस हो गया, अब तो दूसरा कुछ करेंगे. You are in that point and you are new to the farming. The moment you change the crop, you are new. You are not at all a world farmer. You are not at all related to that crop, because that crop has the different values, different spacing requirement, water requirement, disease, blah blah blah, everything. So understand, when you switch the crop, when you switch the farming method, you are new to the area. Though it is your farm, though you have been working there from 20 years, we don't care. You are new. Accept the reality. Second thing, high expectation. When you choose any crop, you think that crop will not give the fruit, it will give the gold, right? The expectation. Don't be shy or don't be unfaithful for yourself when you do this, because many people will think that, sir, I used to grow guava, that variety, particular variety XYZ, but I'm fed up of it. Let's try this variety. I'm sure 5 lakh rupee per acre I can get. How you can get? Why you are able to get it? The thing is, you are not going to think about it, just you are going because somebody told you that, or some XY farmer said that this variety made me a rich, this variety made me a huge revenue oriented crop. Not necessary. In that case, let's take an example. We send our kids to the best school of the town, but our kids, our children scores as much as you are scoring in the previous school or something slightly above. He will come first rank or he will get the first rank in the school? No. Why? It is a famous school, but he is not able to get. Same thing. Every farm has a different story. Every soil has a different story. Every climatic zone has a different story. So expectation kills. Just leave it. Just come to the farmer as a new. I am new. Let me get some enlightenment. Let me get some knowledge out of farm, because soil is the ultimate form of life. So if you have that thought process, then we can make a wonders in farm. If you have a different thought process like investment, कुछ पैसा लगा दिया, कुछ पैसा आ गया. If you are thinking like a stock market, then it is not a place you have to dive in. Next comes mistakes is identifying the varieties, okay, with the package of practice. What is varieties? What is the package of practice? Every variety has its own story. As I said, the package of practice changes. Fruiting time, harvesting time, management activities, everything. So if you don't know the variety requirement, if you don't know the variety qualities, best quality, pros, cons, in terms, see, when variety is good yielding, but it has a good disease also, it might have good disease also. So just thinking of pros of some variety and calculating yourself as a you will be a good, rich enough, something, that will be a foolishness. So having thorough knowledge in terms of good as well as bad in the variety will lead you a successful farmer or a successful farm development. And common mistakes we are doing is copying Western technologies or Western ideas, or okay, in terms of management. Today, 35 years, 45 years before the Green Revolution, people was laughing at us because we are using cow dung as our manure. Okay, the English people was laughing at us. Today, ZPNF, zero budget natural farming, okay, one star revolution, Chow's model, or Deepak Sachdev model. You can Google these names. Big people, big heads. Okay, these people made wonders within their limited resources, within the time frame they had. Okay, so when we have such examples, why we need to adapt such a modern technology, drone or something to monitor or to spray? I've seen the video using spraying with a drone. Arey, kuch nahi chahiye. We don't need those things. No extra gimmicks in farming. Try to be as simple as possible. Just make small improvements in terms of automation. Don't need drones, don't need other things to monitor your farms. Okay, automation is required, but investment should not exceed from your budget. Okay, that is my point. So switching directly for Western technology, like coming here and starting hydroponics, coming here and starting aeroponics, it will not work out. No hydroponic farms in India is now currently profitable, though they show the profitable on the chart because the investors are involved in that, but it is not a profitable. I can bet you, I have invested in that. So basically, thing is, Western technology is not required in India because current scenario, Indian market In terms of valuation, pricing, it is completely different when you place your product in the domestic market. So you have to forget the Western technology. Now coming to the crop selection, we have done with the mistakes. Now third point, when you come into the topic, that is how to start a farm, that is crop selection. Most people select the crop just because they want to select it. Okay, you can't select just a crop because you want it. You need to select the crop because it can be cultivated there. What crop needs, you need to understand climatic conditions, rainfall, temperature, soil condition, humidity, everything matters except you. You are not your role, you have nothing to play in here. Okay, you might have all the knowledge, but the crop does not have all the requirements what it needs in terms of management, in terms of temperature, in terms of water. So just because you wanted that crop, that doesn't mean crop also choose to same land, right? So having good knowledge on the crop makes you a good farmer. Okay, so just make sure that climatic condition, when we go into the crop selection segment, climate conditions should be good, and rainfall according to the crop. Irrigation system, the irrigation system, when you talk irrigation system, every crop does not require a drip irrigation, every crop does not require a furrow irrigation, every crop does not require a ring basing irrigation. Every crop has a different irrigation pattern, and they have a little amount of quantity or more amount of quantity in terms of water management. So you need to ensure that if I'm planting a dragon fruit, they can't sustain the what we say furrow irrigation, that is giving the water in the bulk quantity, just like a sugar cane and other areca, they can't sustain, they will die off. Okay, so you need to understand what kind of crop you are planting and what should be the irrigation method. When you have good water or less water, irrigation method will ensure the crop growth. Okay, then in crop selection comes with the experience of the farming. Okay, though crop is good, climate is good, rainfall is good, water is good, your irrigation method is the best in class, still if you don't have any experience, things might be a worst for you. Okay, so I request you to educate yourself, or I can help you out to, our team can help you out to develop a farm which will ensure least amount of risk involved. Okay, taking high risk for high profit is not a good thing to do in farming. Keeping risk low, moderate income will be a best option. So we'll help you out to develop it. So experience matters here. That also you have to keep in mind before you start a farm. Next comes the main subject when you start a farm is budget allotment. What is budget? You all know. Okay, a financial reserve which will ensure for your next generations. Okay, this is the budget. But in farming, we need to ensure a budget in a such a way that for at least of 3 years without any issues, you have to sustain farm and maintain the farm. So the budget allotment should be in a such a way. Budget for new seeds. Seeds are the main source of your future. Okay, the thing is, if you are compromising on the seed quality, if you are getting the inferior quality seedlings, then the result of those trees which was inferior in the childhood or young age, what we can expect, it will be inferior, the growth will be inferior, yield will be inferior, quality will be inferior. Okay, so what I suggest, invest good amount of money in to get the best seedlings, because those are your future. Okay, so getting the good seed, compromising in terms of getting seeds, 10 रुपये कम हो जाए, 10 rupees, let's negotiate 10 rupees, 20 rupees, don't do that. If it is quality is good, pay 10 rupees extra, but it will ensure you the future. So budget for that you have to be ensure, you should be good enough to handling. And next comes budget for the labor management. There will be continuous process of fertigation, cleaning, weeding, drip allotment and checking the drips. There will be constant labor involvement. So keep in mind, when you have a large number of trees, operation cost will be high, so labor cost definitely going to be high. You have to ensure that there is a good amount of labors available with you. Next comes the fertilizer cost. if you have 10 trees and the total period of the growing will be 10 years, at least 30%, that is 3 years, you need to ensure that before they start yielding, the fertigation should not be compromised, because as I said, at the young stage, if you are not able to push their limits, in the young stage, every child try to go to the best school, every child plays very well in the young stage, just because over the time he will get the best out of himself. Okay, same thing happens in the farming. In the young age, if you are able to push them, or in terms of growth, in terms of nutrients, very well, they give the best results when they are matured. So fertigation is very important. Just because you don't have the any resource, or in terms of income or something, if you are compromising the fertigation, just अरे छोड़ दे यार, लगा दिया, पौधे आ गए हैं, I mean the trees are coming well, if you are thinking on that process, then you will end up with loss, because trees was sustaining, trees was looking for you, trees was thinking that my owner will feed me, but you could not fulfill their need. Then how can they fulfill your need when it's their turn? So just understand, it is just because of observation I do in every farm. Okay, and final another two concepts will be mortality replacement. What is mortality? Mortality is something, it is 5 to 10% in every farm when you plant it. And if you are planting 10,000 trees, or let's consider 1,000 trees, and you have to replace 10% is 100 trees. So each tree replacement cost might be 100 rupees. The budget will be 1,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees, or something roughly. Now when you calculate this in the large scale, every acre of land has 1,000 trees, and if you are cultivating for 10 acres, 25 acres, then the mortality replacement is high. Okay, every year there is a mortality, not just in first year. Why you are calculating in the first year? Maybe second year might be a epidemic, might be a floods, might be some drastic change in a climatic condition. 40% might be wipe out. How you are going to recompensate? How you are going to replace it? This is why we talk management of resource, management of budget. So mortality replacement should be kept in mind for every farm and any farm. Okay. Final thing will be a travel and management cost. What is travel cost? Say every month you have to visit 5 times. Each time it will cost you 2,000 rupees, and every month it is costing 10,000 rupees on every year. Okay, in that case, if you are paying 10,000 rupees, you are going 1,20,000 rupees just on a travel cost. This is not a food or something. It is just a travel cost. Okay, 1,20,000 rupees you need to spend. So what do you start doing? You start skipping. Like, first month, full energy, full josh, happiness, my dream project. When you realize kharcha zyada ho gaya, means you are spending a lot, you feel like you are spending a lot, then you start ignoring it. We will reduce the cost, instead of going once in a 5 times in a month, we start going once in a month. Okay, just to cut down the cost. That is where you start failing. This is the result you fail. The thing is, your intention are not bad, you are doing right for your family, you are doing right for yourself. I do agree, I do respect that. Okay, a man or a person or woman, anybody who has a logic thinking, they will do that to cut the cost. But reality is, in this 1 month you could not visit the farm, and in that particular time they got some disease, they got some pest attack. Within a month they will destroy everything. Okay, the growth which they have attended 6 inch 12 inch in 3-4 months will be gone in 1 month. Okay, just to save you some bucks. No, I'm not saying you're wrong, just telling you the consequences of these things when you start compromising on the things. So ensure the budget before you dive in. Okay, ho jayega. If it is ho jayega, then commit. Not 5 times or 3 times, whatever. The regularity should be there. Just because there is a gap between budget, you start skipping the visiting, you start skipping the cleaning, you start skipping the fertigation, you start skipping the labors, then how we are going to run the show? So budget allotment is the biggest topic. Okay, so make sure on the budget allotment a complete detail on the description. Also I'll try to give this PDF link. You can just download it, you can understand the reality of the things. And honestly, being a 5 years or 6 years in this segment, after my graduation, being a forestry graduate, I have faced these things, I have seen these things, I have suggested these things, and I have come up with this video. Okay, I don't make any video just to make a video. Okay, you also don't make a farm just to make a farm. Okay. The farm or a video or something should definitely reach people. It's not about the subscribers, it's not about the revenue for you. Okay, when I make a video, I keep things in mind that this video should help a people. Okay, when you come to the farm, you should think the same way. My visit should be justified to the trees or seedlings. Just going there, chilling, relaxing will not help you. Maybe you are happy, but not they. Keeping them happy is your responsibility. If you are ready to take that responsibility, please, farming is your cup of tea. If not, then it's not your cup of tea. And conclusion, when you have so many challenges, will farming be a good investment option? Will be a farm for a new age farmers a option? Definitely. Every calculated person with a honesty can make good venture out of this farming. We can make a good fortune out of this farming, can make a good health and wealth in the farming segment if you have your right intention, if you work properly, if you consider each and everything which are covered in a video. If you are able to tackle those things, then you are able to address a good revenue, good profits for a long term. So the simple thing is, farming is not a easy task, but it is not impossible. Yeah, and with 1 acre, most of people can say ask in terms of revenue. 1 एकड़ खेती से हम 2 लाख 3 लाख कमा सकते हैं. Yeah, definitely. In 1 acre can earn 2 to 3 lakhs easy, but not every time. Maybe 1 2 years you might you might stuck up, you might be facing some problems. Maybe third, fourth year, or maybe fifth year. Have patience. The result is not an impossible task, or I'm not saying it is not going to happen, but keeping in mind there is a space, there is a room for making good revenue out of farming. So just believe in yourself, just believe in agriculture, just believe in soil, because soil is the ultimate form of life. Saying this, I would like to close my video. Thank you for watching. Do like, subscribe and share my video. Thank you.